The design process with October 5 follows a very specific path. Number one is we send in a company to take the as-builds, the exact measurements of how the house sits today. The next step is we go into what's called conceptual design, and that is the client has given us a wish list of everything they want in the house. And I asked them to put it in three categories. One is must have, two, I'd like to have, and three is if I hit the lottery, I would put these in. So once we have the client's wish list and we go through conceptual design and we finish that, the next step is schematic. So schematic design is basically taking what we understand the client wants and applying that into several different scenarios, right? And then going back to the client and they'll say, oh, I like this, I don't like that. So we'll do a mashup. We'll get everything together and then we'll be going into schematic 2, and that's the refinement of that wish list. Here's the most important part, and I don't think very many architects or contractors follow this next step, and it's called the design documents. To me, this is the most important. This is where the client has picked the materials, and we let the materials have a say in the house. We call it letting the house breathe. It may expand and contract to accommodate different materials. The step after design documents is construction documents, and that's preparing the documents to go to the city agency, the building department, for plan check. And at the end of design documents and through the construction documents is when we're putting the budget together. We know what the house is going to look like, so we're running a live budget at that point, serious live budget. In the beginning, we're just using volumetric and linear analysis to keep us on target with what our overall budget is. But once we pass design documents and we've really defined the materials, we know the exact material we're going to use, we know the exact cost, we know the installation. By the time we get the plans back from the city agency, we should have a 95% complete budget. I think everybody should build in the design build fashion. I don't think that the old school of design bid build works. I think you have to know the budget early on, and you have to find creative ways to get what the client wants inside that budget. You know, and a good design builder to me is kind of like the budget police, but not in a negative sense. They should be able to find opportunities to meet or exceed the client's expectations with the funds that are available. I think that's the most important thing. I love it when we exceed somebody's expectation. People say, I didn't know I could do that.